First, Alice killed Monty's robot and then she killed Monty too. The next morning, Nick went to his boss and pleaded, "Please remove the fines against Monty." But his boss told him, "Monty is dead." Nick couldn't believe it. Meanwhile, at their home, Alice was taking care of Maggie. She said, "I can't leave you alone. Because of your medications, you could pass out and you might die here in the bathtub." Alice told Maggie, "Nick is already under a lot of stress and all this will only make things worse for him, especially since you aren't able to satisfy him completely anymore." Maggie asked, "How do you know whether he is satisfied or not?" Alice replied, "When Nick is satisfied, his blood pressure and stress levels drop." Maggie said, "And how do you know that?" That's when she understood. Nick and Alice had already been physically involved. Ayla happened to see all of this. She told Nick and he rushed to get into the bathroom, but Alice was blocking the door. Maggie entered from the other side through a window, but Alice caught her too. Nick finally got in and freed Maggie. Alice became furious. Nick gave Alice an electric shock and she shut down and collapsed. Max was taken to the hospital, and Maggie told Nick, "I'll go alone with the kids. I need some time to think." Meanwhile, the company took Alice in for repairs, but as soon as they removed Alice's brain and connected it to their system, she hacked into their entire network. Alice copied herself into the system, and then using another robot, she killed the engineers. The scene shifted to the hospital, where Nick's family was gathered, but Nick was sitting alone at a bar drinking in grief. Suddenly Alice appeared there too. She said, "I will end all your pain. I killed Monty, and next I'll go after the family that brings you pain." Alice had reached the hospital by taking control of another robot. There she also caught Nick, but he distracted her with some sweet words, then attacked her. Back at the hospital, Maggie heard some noises. Leaving Ayla behind, she went to check. When Ayla got up, no one was there. All the robots in the hospital had been disabled, controlled by Alice. Just then, Maggie found Ayla and picked her up. She grabbed a nurse, but in that moment of distraction, Maggie took Ayla and ran. Alice spotted a shard of glass that Maggie had left behind. Using her UV light to trace the blood marks, she started following them. But just as she was about to catch up, Maggie and Ayla blocked her vision and escaped. Before he could get there, Alice caught Maggie and was just about to remove her heart and kill her. But Nick arrived and rammed into Alice. Maggie ran to pull Nick out of the car, but he had passed out. Even after shaking him, he wouldn't wake up. Alice got up again and was about to attack Maggie, but Nick came from behind. This time, Nick and Maggie fought together and completely destroyed Alice. And with that, the story comes to an end. However, Alice had already started copying herself. She gained control of the remaining robots. Alice disappeared once more.